As we continue to rotate, you can see Storm Peak coming into view screen right, along with the boulder field. The zigzag trail that you see there is the keyhole route to the top of Longs. Mount Lady Washington and Storm Peak now bracket the boulder field. We now start moving over to the west side of Storm Peak and into Glacier Gorge. The little lake you see on screen right is Green Lake, and that's Pagoda above it. Longs Peak is a spectacular mountain, and I've hiked to the top of it twice, once in 1998 and again in 2001. It is a very dangerous hike though, and on average one person a year will die on it, usually from falling off. I've taken the Keyhole and Loft routes to the summit. That's the Spearhead at Screen Bottom and Green Lake peeking out from behind it. And we're passing by Chief's Head Peak right now. We'll go past Long's south side again, and you can see Keplinger Lake along with the big rock fin that goes up to Pagoda. A picture of the rock fin with Longs and Meeker behind it from the north ridge is quite spectacular. At Screen Center you can now see the loft which runs between the Palisades and Mount Meeker. The loft is a broad, flat area at 13,500 feet. The Palisades is the upsloped section of rock with the deep shadows below it. I've been to the top of all the mountains in the Longs complex. If you ask me what's the best bang for the buck in terms of a reasonable one-day hike, I would have to say Storm Peak. With the Storm Peak hike, you get to see a close-up view of Longs Peak along with a complete view of Glacier Gorge. If you hike to the top of Mount Lady Washington, then you get a spectacular close-up view of Longs Diamond Face. There's also a rock slab at the top which allows for a spectacular shot of you sitting on an overhanging rock with the entire Diamond Face behind you. If you want to be able to say you've hiked above 14,000 feet, but you don't want to challenge Longs, then you can hike to the top of the Palisades. I estimate the Palisades are around 14,050 feet. Our slow spin is taking us back towards the huge cirque that contains the ship's prow in the center, along with Chasm Lake behind it. Getting access to the loft and from there to either Longs, the Palisades, or Meeker is accomplished by scrambling up the left, i.e. southeast side of the ship's prow. You must traverse along some grass-covered ledges along the left side, just below the snowfield you see under the loft. That's the boulder field coming back into view screen right with Storm Peak off to its right. We'll now rotate around to get a panoramic view towards the south in Estes Park and the Mummy Range. That's Battle Mountain.